something like, for example, if you see a simple Indo-American or the NRIs who are on visas living in this country, mostly petty things like HOA, or you purchase something, something happens. These are the very minimal. If you see the community, Indo-American community, very less percentage will be in the criminals and all those kinds of petty cases. If anyone wants, for example, if I'm living in a community, there is an issue in HOA, right? So how do you deal with that to the attorney? Because you know that attorneys are very expensive. And we also know that there will be state attorneys where the government will be provided where we can take. So do you have any such recommendations, advices whom we can reach out to?
So I don't have personal contact information for those people, but if you, I'll give you this much information. Every lawyer that, whether it's a private sector or a government sector, every lawyer tries to do some amount of pro bono work, which is work that they don't charge for. I'm sure you run into something that you don't understand that is contract or some sort of dispute. If you either search on Google or if you know lawyers that are there, quite honestly, you can go up to them and say, hey, will you do this as a pro bono thing? Will you just look at this for me? Generally, anytime I've gone to my friends, they've never really said no. Of course, it's a profession. Of course, they're there to make a living. Of course, all of that. But something that is taught to us and something that we keep at the back of our head, whether you're in a government position or not, is the law of the land, is very powerful. And we wear a certain amount of responsibility as lawyers as part of the profession that we're in. And we literally do take an oath when we get sworn into office that you uphold the state constitution and you uphold the U.S. Constitution, and that you're here to help the people. And in furtherance of that, I'm sure they'd be more than happy to look at it, more than happy to help you, given the fact that they have time from their caseload. So I will say that.
Absolutely, Aanal, because the reason I am asking this question is most of them approach me that, this HOA is creating problem, that HOA is creating problem. And there are some, racial comments happening here and there. And I feel helpless sometimes where to go, because the community is scared of hiring a liar. Because when you get a liar, you might have been quiet and pay that $200 or whatever. But if you go to a lawyer, it might extend to $5,000, $6,000. So people are scared. So I'm always thinking ideas where, we'll have someone who can give an advice, whether it is petty case, not to go into that route, or, be happy with what you have. So that sort of suggestions definitely we need in the community.
I would say in terms of simple questions or questions that are legal related, our office does have a hotline, and you can call the AG's office for any, personal or state level issue, especially the state level issues. Now, we're not supposed to, and we're not authorized to give you legal advice, because if we're the state lawyer, we can't be your lawyer. That creates a conflict for us. But of course, we'll point you in the right direction. I know that we get these calls every week. I get 2 or 3 calls of people not knowing which direction to go in, and we can point you in a direction. We just can't give you that legal opinion or such that you're looking for. Outside of that, I'm a resource. If anybody needs it, I'll be more than happy to point you to friends and to certain practices that my friends are a part of if you need that kind of help. But that's what I have. Outside of that, Google.
Absolutely. So how frequently you interact with your AG and the deputy AGs? Do you have a chance to interact with them?
Yes. How frequently? We run past each other. We all park at the same parking lot. I've run past the AG in the last week at least 2-3 times, and you make, regular talk and banter. He's very personable. You don't have this curtain almost of hierarchy so that you don't pass it or anything. They talk to you just like a coworker would talk to you. We run into the deputy attorney general. They're just walking by the halls, and they'll pop into your office for simple things or just to see how you're doing. It's very not rigid like that in terms of hierarchy. So, and we get FaceTime often, and we have meetings that are set up with the section chiefs and the division heads for what the office is into and what the updates are every 2 weeks.